It happened in Prague many years ago in an obscure nightclub somewhere in the old part of the city. I'd wandered in aimlessly, knowing no one there, but very soon, as it happens in such places, I found myself at a table, drinking with a group, a strange group. It was after midnight, and we hadn't had many drinks, but already we were under the influence of that certain, almost imperceptible sort of intoxication that makes us hear some words as if from afar. The kind of intoxication brought about sometimes by the hours of night, when we are wrapped up in cigarette smoke and women's laughter and fiery music. How could out of such a boisterous mood, out of this atmosphere of gypsy music, cakewalk, and champagne, emerge a serious discussion on supernatural things? One of the group, a certain Baron Johann Pavodnik, told a story, a fantastic story about a brotherhood of dead people, the Belphegor Society. They had their tombstones and vaults with their names and dates of death in the cemetery. But according to Baron Pavodnik, they were actually lying in pallid, spongy immobility, protected from decay in cabinet drawers, somewhere in the vast wainscoted rooms of a forgotten old house, quite close by. And there they were guarded and attended by pock-marked dwarf. On certain nights, the story ran, a faint phosphoric light would issue from their lips, a signal for the dwarf to perform a peculiar manipulation on their spinal cords. Freed from their frames for a while, their souls then could ramble about and indulge in preposterous vices. Baron Pavodnik stared at me. Why don't we join the Belphegor Society? Yes. Why don't we all join those Belphegor brethren? Let's write them a letter, huh? Let's apply for membership, huh? And the musicians chimed in. Ritty-tee, 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 ritty-tee. Ha 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 ha. A cloud of thick, pungent tobacco smoke hangs above the table. A girl sits on my lap and kisses and caresses me. Here, Theodore. Here, sign it. Sign this letter. We all have. Come on, Theodore. Sign it, please. I try and try. But the pen drops from my hand. Ritty-tee, ritty-tee, ritty-tee. Hey, waiter! Baron Pavodnik's face is white. Hey, waiter! Menu, please. No caviar tonight. Mushrooms. And we all eat sour mushrooms that float in a grayish-green liquid. Some curious figures have joined our group. There sits at the table an acrobat in flabby tights. By his side, a masked dwarf. The acrobat shrieks. He dances with one who has a chain of speckled berries around her neck and keeps her eyes cast down with an air of maiden modesty. Slowly, gently, he twirls her round to the music. It is Crotala cataleptica, my sister, says Albin Beretrin. Talaleptica, my twin. Near the dwarf sits a girl. She has no arms, no shoulders, no torso at all. Glittering strings stretch from her neck to her hips. A being half harp and half woman. The dwarf plays on the strings. Rum, 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 rum. My body is rigid and cold. Tetanus, the cataleptic trance. The acrobat bends over me, then passes from one to the other, stares in their faces, and I know we are paralyzed. We have eaten Crotalus catalepticus, dressed with albinum veratrum. Poisonous mushrooms. The dwarf rises noiselessly and removes his mask. His face is wet, full of holes. A pock-marked dwarf. The others follow him silently, and they all group themselves 2 by 2. The dwarf with the human harp, the acrobat with the modest maiden, Albin Veratrin with Crotala cataleptica. Cataleptica! And thus, with quivering heels, twitching, twirling in a cakewalk step, 2 by 2, they disappear into the wall. Rititi, rititi, ratata, rititi, ratata, rititi, ratata. I recovered from this poisoning after many, many months. The others had long since been buried. There was nothing that could have been done for them, I was told. When help arrived, they were dead. But I know they were nailed up in their coffins alive, no matter what the doctors say. Nailed up in the long, black boxes alive and thrust down into the pits to the worms. Day and night, they rivet their eyes upon me. Traitor, you didn't sign the letter. Day and night, they rivet their eyes upon me. Day and night, they rivet their eyes upon me. Day and night, day and night, day and night.